Hi there, I'm Jeff Richard, the creative director for Chaosium Inc.,
And I am Jason Durrell, the line editor for a game called RuneQuest.
and we're here to talk to you about the new edition of RuneQuest.
This is the first in a series of videos we'll be doing, and this one is titled, What is RuneQuest?
So, RuneQuest is the granddaddy of all of the basic role-playing games, and that includes such games as Call of Cthulhu, Pendragon, Stormbringer, and also has had a tremendous influence on such computer games as The Elder Scrolls, Morrowind, and King of Dragon Pass.
Yeah, and not only games like that, which are part of the Chaosium family or directly related to Chaosium games, but the principles and design mechanics in RuneQuest have been influential across the gaming space for at least 4 decades now, influencing games made all over the world.
And the key elements of RuneQuest that have been around in every edition of it have been a very intuitive and easy to grasp mechanics for skills and other abilities, combined with a rich and unique magical system, and then mixed with an exciting and visceral combat system that really makes every combat that your characters are in something that is exciting and a little bit terrifying.
Right. The one of the principal defining features of the system has always been the fact that everything is intuitively based on percentages. It's called the D100 system by many cases, and most of the game is rated on how your character interacts with the world, and the character is in many ways mechanically the center of the world, and everything about like how the world interacts around them comes from the character.
Yeah, and what RuneQuest doesn't have is by being built around your character's abilities and skills, it doesn't have classes, it doesn't have levels. Your character ends up developing the way that you play your character. So if you play your character as somebody who ends up really getting focused on sword combat, even if that's not how your character started out, your character will get good at sword combat through the course of play.
Right. The skills you use are the skills you improve.
Although you can also train skills. So you really have an ability for you to end up playing the character that you want to play, and addressing a common issue with many games, which is you come up with a character type and find you're not actually playing that character type in play. And RuneQuest solves that.
Well, I mean, in many ways, RuneQuest lets your character develop organically. You begin with strengths in certain areas. You sort of customize your character to the way you want to play them. And as you play, you can change course. You can discover new strengths and weaknesses. And you could completely turn around and become an entirely different character by the end of your character's evolution. Whereas in other games, sometimes you'll find yourself sort of locked into a particular paradigm based on your choice of level or the way that your character progresses.
Now, the other thing that's important about the new edition of RuneQuest is that it is set in the mythological Bronze Age setting of Glorantha, which, if RuneQuest has cast its tremendous influence over the decades with various other rules mechanics, the setting of Glorantha has been a huge influence on gaming as one of the best developed, richest of all the fantasy settings.
Right. I mean, Glorantha, in fact, predates RuneQuest, as it was the setting for the game White Bear, Red Moon,
And even before that, short stories.
So, yes, I mean, it's a game with this rich and incredibly, just broad setting that enables players to just pretty much figure out, and Gamemasters to figure out where they want to be in this setting and what they want to do. And there's so much that they can pick and choose from, or even choose to ignore and reject. I mean, it's really a buffet of riches.
Buffet.
Yes, for players.
Well, and one of the things we want to emphasize with the new edition of RuneQuest is it's not just a dusted off old game that is looking backwards in time and trying to conjure up the nostalgia of the 70s and 80s. It's a brand new edition of the game. And the thing that I think we're most proud of are the defining elements of the newest edition, which
we will go into detail about in the next few installments of this video series.
So hopefully you guys will stay with us as we talk about what is RuneQuest over the next few episodes.
Cool.